Excitement will live for days. I'm talking about the World Rally Championship that ended today, and according to President Uhuru Kenyatta, there's an agreement that this championship will continue happening in Kenya from now up to the year 2026. So every year the adrenaline will always be back.
That's such a good news for those who really enjoyed and the hashtag Vasha. It's now over, but some good news there.
Yes.
And a treat that came 19 years after 19 years, all courtesy of KBC Channel 1. Your true sports partner. And tonight, Kioria, we are going to make this short and informative.
Yes.
Still staying on Matter Sports at 10 p.m. We are going to be bringing you a live match between Raja Casablanca and the Pyramids.
Pyramids is from Egypt, and then Raja Casablanca from Morocco. We'll be showing that match live, and so we'll be doing this very quickly. Welcome to Sunday Express. My name is John Jacob Kioria.
And my name is Serfine Achieng Ouma. Thank you for creating time for us. Engage us on social media at KBC Channel 1 at Serfine_Achieng and at J Kioria.
Time for the highlights.
All right, we get this top stories tonight.
Will immediately start preparations for the next Safari Rally event, and I commit the required financial investment towards another successful championship here in Kenya.
This Safari Rally magic, Kenya to continue being part of the World Rally Championship calendar for the next 5 years.
Rewriting history, Mandera County celebrating appointment of the first female assistant chief, Leila Mohamed Kulo, will serve Kamor location.
And tough times call for tough measures. It is a spirit of youths in NZOIA County who have ventured into sand harvesting to eco living. And for about 40 minutes, let us inform you about what has been happening around the country and across borders. And now President Uhuru Kenyatta has announced that the Safari Rally will be part of the I'll take that again, that it will be a part of the World Rally Championship calendar until the year 2026, following an agreement reached with Motorsports World Governing Body FIA and WRC.
The head of state made the revelation at Hell's Gate in Naivasha. The ceremonial finish of this year's event held over 4 days. Reigning WRC champion Sebastien Ogier of France emerged the overall winner, while Kenyan speedmaster Onkarai bagged the WRC 3 title.
And Karanja David has the details of the climax of the Safari Rally 2021, which was the 6th round in the WRC circuit.
Finished 14th in Loldia 1 behind Baldev Chaga, who was placed 13th. Carl Flash Tundo was the top-ranked Kenyan driver at position 10. Reigning WRC champion Sebastien Ogier emerged victorious ahead of Alden Fomo and 2019 champion Oitanak. In Hell's Gate 1, Elfin Evans took top honours ahead of Oitanak and Sebastien Ogier. Overnight leader Thierry Neville retired at the section. In Malewa 1, Alden Fomo won the stage ahead of Oitanak and Sebastien Ogier. Carl Flash Tundo was the top-ranked Kenyan driver at position 10, while Onkarai was placed 11th. In Loldia 2, Sebastien Ogier took charge ahead of Alden Fomo and Grace Smith. Onkarai finished 10th. In Hell's Gate 2, Oitanak won the stage ahead of Kyle Rovanpera and Elfin Evans. Despite finishing 4th, Sebastien Ogier bagged the overall title.
Our efforts have paid off. I believe we have staged a remarkable 2021 World Rally Championship Safari Rally that has challenged both man and machine, and which will be remembered for many years to come. Also, despite the prevailing COVID-19 challenges that have been felt in every country across the globe, the world has also witnessed Kenya's preparedness to stage and host world-class events, as well as our commitment to maintain our position as one of the world's top sporting destinations.
I think it's the attitude I always adopt, to never give up and give my best, whatever the conditions. And, after our issue on Friday morning where we lost more than 2 minutes, we had to believe that things were possible, and that from this moment on I pushed all the time and tried to come closer and closer every stages, and at the end today we were in a fight for the podium, and it turned out to be a fight for the victory when Thierry retired.
We're just glad to be here, glad for the win, and just thank everyone that's been behind us. And this one is for my brother. He's recovering at the moment, and I'm sure this will lift his spirits as well.
It's I'm sure, as you can imagine, we're very, very happy to finish in the position we have, and we've worked hard for it, and the team has worked hard, and I think everyone's quite relieved that the car's done its job.
And moving on, Deputy President William Ruto has asked leaders to stop creating tribal alliances, saying such formations will not solve the problems in the country.
Ruto, who was at the Africa Inland Church Bomani in Machakos town, called on leaders to embrace people-centered and issue-guided politics, asking politicians forming alliances to compete with him to prepare for a tough race ahead.
Leaders accompanying him drummed up support for the bottom-up approach that is being pushed by the Deputy President, saying it will empower ordinary Kenyans.
Ametufundisha tuwe na bidii, lakini tuwakumbuke wanyonge. In your ministry, Bishop, remember the weak. Remember the needy. And I think that is what we are being reminded, all of us. Those of us who have been given by God's grace, through God's favor, authority, responsibility, we have power, we have a say, that we must remember those who are weak.
And former Kiambu Governor William Kabogo has hinted at the possibility of running for the presidency in the year 2022.
Kabogo at the same time said there was need for Mount Kenya leaders to unite and form a united front that will see them remain in government.
And speaking separately at a church service at St. Francis Assisi Catholic Church, National Assembly Speaker Justin Muturi said he will whip all dissenting voices in the Mount Kenya region to speak in one language.
Speaking during the burial of Helen Wanjiru, a daughter to former Gatuanya MCA Cecilia Wamaitha, Kabogo said that plans are ongoing to unite warring leaders from the region. The former governor saying that the ongoing meeting with leaders from the region could end the long-standing differences and possibly see them unite for a common cause.
That Central Kenya has the largest vote in one block. So if we want to be harvesters of good things in the future, we must go as a block.
And as Kabogo called for unity of purpose in the region, National Assembly Speaker Justin Muturi, whose installation as the region spokesperson has raised eyebrows, said he will use the position to rally all warring parties to speak with one voice.
Having different opinions doesn't mean you have enmity. My biggest task right now is to reach everyone to ensure that we are speaking in one voice.
This as women leaders in the central region have affirmed to residents of the Kiambaa constituency that the Jubilee Party is strong.
Watuonyeshe barua ile wameandika na wamepeleka kwa registra ndio tuone ni kweli wametoka chama ya Jubilee.
Because you've heard maybe we are joining with ODM. And if ODM tomorrow goes to the other party, what will you do? Effect again? It means hauna msimamo.
Meanwhile, former Embu Senator Lenny Kivuti has declared officially to that he will vie for Embu gubernatorial seat in 2022. Suleiman Yeri, Sunday Express.
On that political note, we take a short break right here on Sunday Express. Do stay with us. We still have more coming up on the other side.
And of course, you can also continue speaking to us on Twitter at KBC Channel 1, at Kioria, at Serfine Achieng, and also at KBC Channel 1 on Facebook. We'll be sampling some of your feedback as we wind up the bulletin. Remember, we have a live football match to show you in a bit, so don't go too far.
far is Kenya in COVID-19 vaccine development? Is Kemri equal to the task? And how does the country rank in the global arena of medical research and innovation? This Monday on The Perspective, join me, Tomboya, as I host Kemri Acting Director General Professor Sam Kariuki.
The future of money is simple, like unlocking possibilities with a smile. And having the world in the palm of your hand. It's the ability to touch many lives at the same time and turn your dreams into reality. It's forgetting and still remembering. Simple is having everything that you love in one place. From the ticket to your next meal, to your ticket to the next holiday. It's an easy way to ask for a boost when you're low. And keeping track of everything on the go. The future of money is simple, and it's here. Download the new M-Pesa app today.
Bwana Motiso, pikipiki yako ndio hii. Uko shwani yangu. Hii pikipiki ni unakumbuka uliekelea the lowest unique bid yako ilikuwa ngapi? 18 shillings. Na unajua kuendesha hii gari? Kidogo. Haya, kitoko yako shika helmet, kifungu yako chomoka na mali yako.
Kujiunga na QuickBid ni rahisi. Enda kwenye M-Pesa, bonyeza paybill kisha weka business number 4032353. Kwenye account weka kodi ya bidhaa unayotaka na bid yako ya chini zaidi. Kwa mfano TV 16. Kisha weka shilingi 20 tu kama idadi yako. Weka bid yako pia kwenye www.quickbid.co.ke. Kumbuka, bid ya chini zaidi ya kipekee ndio hununua. QuickBid, bidhaa bora kwa bei ya chini.
Quiero amarte de una forma diferente, de otro modo.
But I have to be sure, Caro. I have to know if the photos in that memory card are the ones of Lucrecia looking for my mother's body.
Lucrecia! Juliana, what are you doing here at this time?
Do you know what he told me?
I don't know. What?
That Lucrecia paid him a huge amount of money to convince him to leave my own family, to run away with him, just to abandon me. And if you really loved him, you would have let him be happy with Florencia, because you don't force someone into loving you.
Amarte de una forma diferente, de otro modo, nunca igual al de otra gente, respetando tus espacios.
Welcome back. You're watching the Sunday Express, and thank you very much for your company. Let's move this forward in Mandera County, which is one among the counties where Kachuru believes look down on women, or the rights of women, has for the first time ever in history a female assistant chief.
Leila Mohammed Kulo emerged victorious, and she's going to be serving as the assistant chief within Kamor location of Mandera East in a competitive selection that was dominated by the male gender.
Leila's win is a plus to women in the country, and that is in the fight for gender equality. Let's have a look at that report.
Both men and women celebrate Leila Kulo's new role as assistant chief in Kamor location, Mandera East. She is notably the first woman ever to hold such a position since time immemorial. The win, they say, speaks volume.
Leo serikali wamefungua malango kubwa wazi kabisa kwa wananchi wa Mandera, especially kwa wamama.
Indeed, a window that opens the hope in the advocacy to an end to women's rights violations.
Kila shida yote zamani ya kusema ya kwamba tunaenda kwa wanaume kusema, hatukukuwa nayo mahali pa kwenda na kusema, lakini sasa hivi tumepata fursa.
Msichana chief anaweza kusearch wasichana wengine ambao wahalifu.
Woman in Kamor in Mandera East to give their
the hidden problems, and I will solve it, inshallah.
Mandera County has no females in all elective posts, save for the women representative. In the larger northeastern region, men dominate the leadership positions.
Mimi nasikianga watu wanatoka kule Nairobi na ndege wanafanya mambo pale Kamor. Kwa hivyo tunasema kwamba aingie ndani kabisa, akishe kwamba watu ambao wanatoka na ndege Nairobi kuja kutayarisha watoto wadogo hapo haipo.
Kamchemenza, Sunday Express.
Now moving on, tough times call for tough measures. That's the fate of some youth along River NZOIA in NCBA County who have turned to sand harvesting to cushion them against the harsh realities of the COVID-19 pandemic.
The youth who are doing deep water sand harvesting with simple tools are, however, calling on the government to assist them in securing safety and mechanization gear to boost their businesses.
A section of youths living along the lower coast of River NZOIA have found refuge in sand mining. Many are unemployed as the coronavirus pandemic continues to ravage the economy. And many here have switched to sand harvesting after the fish stocks in the river dwindled.
Watu wakagundua kuna mchanga hapa baharini, ndio kwanza kutoa sayo mchanga. Sasa vile walikuwa wanatoa mchanga sana, najua samaki zilikuwa zinaepa.
George Otieno, who has been mining sand for 2 years, notes that the deposits on the beds of the river is a salvation to many youths.
Hii kazi maajiri watu wengi, karibu 400-500.
4 full canoes are used to fill a 12-ton lorry, with the day's proceeds being shared after a sale. The share of this nature's resource has attracted other miners from other counties like Crispinas Ngaiwa, who hails from the neighboring Busia County.
Mwaka jana tulipata mafuriko na tulihangaika sana katika hali ya maisha. Sasa tunapitia ugumu. Sasa natubidi tuje huku ili tukapate kufanya hii kazi ya kibarua cha mchanga.
They face numerous challenges in the business as they do not use any special equipment.
Tunateseka sana kutoa mchanga, lakini wenye magari nao wakikuja wanachukua mchanga wetu kwa bei rahisi, lakini wakifika huko juu wanauza kwa bei ya juu sana.
According to medical practitioner Ishmael Abbas, the harvesters should ensure they obtain medical covers to cushion them in case of sickness. Ben Troy Njue for Sunday Express.
And now Kenya's COVID-19 positivity rate in the last 24 hours is on a downward trend, and now at 6.9% after 204 people were found infected.
The Ministry of Health says the latest cases are from a sample size of 2,971. A total of 182,597 have tested positive from 1,943,037 samples screened since the first case was reported in the country in March last year.
Meanwhile, 21 patients have lost their battle or being late death reports from the months of May and June.
This brings to the death toll to 3,595. In the last 24 hours, 44 patients have recovered, 33 from the home-based and isolation care program, while 11 are from various health facilities.
And barely 24 hours after being elected, unopposed as the 7th Secretary General of the Kenya National Union of Teachers, Collins Oyu's biggest headache will be how to regain the lost glory of the giant teachers union that is financially crippled and at the same time facing what you would call let me take that again, is financially crippled and at the same time foster good relations between NAT, the Teacher Service Commission, as well as the government.
Our reporter Ben Shumba looks at some of the challenges facing the new NAT leadership and their quest to articulate the teachers' issues, which they claim have been ignored for a very long time.
With some of the Kenya National Union of Teachers branch offices closed indefinitely and over 110 branch secretaries across the country not earning salaries for close to 2 years now, 55-year-old Collins Oyu is facing a difficult task ahead.
This union is on its deathbed. A membership of over 200,000, shrinking to 15,000. A paltry 12 million from a union dues collection of 141 million. So financially, the union was crippled.
A former teacher at Ouma Primary School in Siaya County, the newly elected National Secretary General, will also have to strike a balance on how to deliver on his campaign pledge to fight for better terms for teachers and at the same time foster good relations between NAT and key stakeholders.
All is not lost. Yes. We shall engage properly with the Teacher Service Commission and the government of this country to make sure that the voice of the teacher is heard.
The newly elected leaders are also expected to restore the glory of the once influential Giant Teachers Union, which has lost a huge number of its members over the past 5 years. Ben Chumba, reporting for Sunday Express.
Clearly, the job is well cut out for Collins Oyu, knowing the giants that have occupied that seat before him.
Sure, taking over from Wilson Sosion, that's going to be a really uphill task. But then, you know, it's a matter of wait and see. We are going to be taking a very short break once again. Do stay with us. Still more lined up ahead for you after the break.
How far is Kenya in COVID-19 vaccine development? Is Kemri equal to the task? And how does the country rank in the global arena of medical research and innovation? This Monday on The Perspective, join me Tomboya as I host Kemri Acting Director General Professor Sam Kariuki.
The future of money is simple, like unlocking possibilities with a smile. And having the world in the palm of your hand. It's the ability to touch many lives at the same time and turn your dreams into reality. It's forgetting and still remembering. Simple is having everything that you love in one place. From the ticket to your next meal, to your ticket to the next holiday. It's an easy way to ask for a boost when you're low. And keeping track of everything on the go. The future of money is simple, and it's here. Download the new M-Pesa app today.
Malaria ni ugonjwa hatari sana unaoua watu wengi hapa Kenya. Japo kuko na corona, hatari ya malaria bado iko. Mtoto huyu alikuwa na joto jingi, kutetemeka, kuumwa na viungo na uchovu. Alikimbizwa hospitali ya Ouma ambako sheria za COVID-19 huzingatiwa na ni salama kwa shughuli ya upimaji. Vipimo vilionyesha kuwa ana malaria na papo hapo daktari akampa dawa za malaria na kumshauri azimalize, na ili kujikinga wawe wakilala ndani ya neti iliyotibiwa. Malaria husambazwa na mbu. Walio hatarini ni watoto wa chini ya miaka 5 na akina mama wajawazito. Kupimwa na kutibiwa ni bure katika hospitali zote za Ouma. Usisahau adui malaria. Zero malaria huanza na mimi. Chukua jukumu leo. Komesha malaria. Ujumbe huu umeletwa kwenu na Wizara ya Afya.
If you have been in contact with someone who is suspected or has tested positive for COVID-19, self-quarantine for 14 days and call 7194 for help. Self-quarantine restricts movement and the spread of the disease and protects your family, friends and community from being infected. During self-quarantine, you are advised to stay in a separate room, disinfect surfaces and clothing with appropriate disinfectant, avoid sharing household items, including utensils, towels and beddings, do not receive visitors, wear an appropriate face mask if you must be around other people. COVID-19 is preventable. Protect yourself, family and the community. This message has been brought to you by the Government of Kenya and its partners.
Kupata skiza tune ya usifadhaishwe, dial star 811 star 815 hash.
Usifadhaishwe na mafanikio ya wengine ukihisi kwamba maisha yako hayana maana. Kumbuka wengi huzungumzia tu mafanikio yao na si changamoto walizozipitia na ni mara ngapi walianguka. Tia bidii, muda wako utafika.
Ili kupata skiza tune hiyo ya usifadhaishwe kwa simu yako, dial star 811 star 815 hash star 811 star 815 hash.
Banki imeconfirm pesa zimeingia. Congratulations Sam, gari ni lako sasa.
Shukrani. Oi boss, si uniache insurance yako nitumie kabla nijipange.
We!
Insurance ya gari haiwezi kuwa transferred kwa mtu mwingine. Sina habari na nikuulize, hii comprehensive insurance inakava vitu gani?
Comprehensive motor insurance inakava gari linapoharibika wakati wa ajali pamoja na uharibifu wa mali ya mtu mwingine, gari likiibiwa au likichomeka. Pia inakava passenger wa gari lako na passenger wa lile gari lingine kunapotokea ajali.
Kwani umenisahau mimi kama driver?
Dereva hakui covered na comprehensive insurance, ila anajitafutia personal accident cover.
Umenichanua. Rose, hata nishughulikie hiyo insurance, nitakujia gari kesho.
Okay, sawa.
Yeah.
Ujumbe huu umeletwa kwako na IRA. IRA, bima bora kwa taifa.
Welcome back. You're watching Sunday Express, and now a family in Kitui County is seeking financial assistance from well-wishers to help their son go through a surgery to cure Hirschsprung, a disease which causes difficulty in passing stool.
Baby Roy Mboke, who was born with the condition, needs 1.2 million shillings to go through 3 surgeries to correct the problem. The pictures you're about to see might be disturbing.
Roy Mboke, 15 months old, is suffering from a condition that causes difficulty in passing stool and that has largely drained all the family resources. Grace Kasioka Katiti, Roy's mother, says the baby was admitted for 6 months at the Kijabe Mission Hospital of Tabab, where the doctors conducted colostomy 3 times. A colostomy is a surgical procedure that creates an opening in the large intestine for stool to go through.
Sasa itakuwa inaenda after 3 months, wanamfanyia after 3 months, wanamfanyia sasa siku ni 3.
Kasioka says Roy has cleared through his stomach because the doctor advised it's the only way he could survive.
Mtoto Roy ilitoka ile ya kwanza, choo ya kwanza ya mtoto ilitoka yenyewe, lakini ya sasa akinyonya ndio ikakatalia
According to the doctors, Roy's first surgeries could not correct his condition and they had to wait for him to grow and develop his intestines to operate on him again.
Juu niliambiwa kama anaenda surgery lazima nimpe chakula healthy ili apate nguvu na kuwe na kilo ili inaweza tosha na akienda dieta.
In the 6th month, the bill amounted to 1.5 million shillings.
Niliuza shamba na familia ikachanga.
The mother of 3 says her husband left the family after realizing Roy was sick from birth.
Babake alikataa kumsupport tangu azaliwa.
The family is appealing to all wishers to help them raise 1.2 million shillings for medical expenses. To help get treated, channel your contribution to Kasioka Katiti 0708245546. Patricia Idira for Sunday Express.
And now tension remained high in Rioma Center in Kitutu Chache, Kisii County, as residents engaged the police in running battles following an alleged death of a suspect who was in police custody.
Elsewhere, a family land tussle turned chaotic at Kapsara area in Cherangany constituency, NZOIA County, forcing angry residents to intervene.
More of these details in our county news wrap.
Rioma Trading Center in Kitutu Chache North was a no-go zone after residents and the police clashed following the alleged deaths of 2 people in the hands of the police. Residents pelted stones at the Rioma police station, with the police firing in the air in a bid to scare the roadie group.
Tumeshuhudia askari wakifanya unyama hapa, wanapiga risasi enaoli, wanapiga marisasi enaoli. Jamaa wamepigwa marisasi hapa Nyakongo mbaya sana buda.
Elsewhere, tension remained high at Kapsara area in Cherangany constituency, NZOIA County, as a family land tussle turned chaotic, forcing angry residents to intervene.
Ako na security ya kutosha. Na huyu mama kweli atapata haki namna gani?
tunajitaka kuuawa kwa majani. Sisi kama wamama katika area hii tulilia na bado tunalia. Huyu mama apate haki yake.
Meanwhile, the Isiolo Business District Association has urged the security apparatus to bring to an end the rising cases of insecurity in the area, among them the abduction of young girls for ransom.
I also have been assured that security has been beefed up. This is not a uniquely an Isiolo problem. There's a lot of insecurity because of the economic conditions and the problems that we have.
At this juncture, I wish to thank the security officers for their swift action to free the kidnapped Isiolo business lady Hafsa Lukman. I understand that also this morning Hafsa Abdi has been also rescued. We thank you for the enhanced security and pledge the residents and reserve support.
A family in Kabogo village in Uasin Gishu County is in the meanwhile mourning the death of a 12-year-old boy who electrocuted while chopping off tree branches.
Si meeting ingekuwa imekatwa na Kenya Power because it's their duty. Hiki kijana angewongwa because they have been passing all around here kukata miti, kukilia miti. Why this one now? Because saa zingine we can blame Kenya Power kwa sababu angekuwa wamekata just previously.
And finally, tension engulfed Gatundu South after two rival Matatu SACCOs clashed over who should operate on the Nairobi-Kiganjo route. The fracas pitting Matatus affiliated to Chania Kibwezi SACCO and KNRT SACCO resulted in a stabbing of a driver.
Wenye wamekuja wanatakana wakuje tuongee na tuelewane. Na katika wakati walipokuja tulijaribu kuangalia vile wameingia Kiganjo na tukaona kweli wako na TRB, hatuja wakataa. Lakini ile pick and dropping hawana Kiganjo, hawajapewa na sub county admin.
It's time for us to pick another break so that Serfine Achieng comes back with sports. And very quickly before we take a break then.
I was actually hoping we are not going there. I thought we discussed this.
Let me tell you. I saw a joke today. Some people were saying a Subaru is a very overrated car. Obviously, because if you look at the lineup of the people who won the WRC, there was no Subaru. But of course, the fact is Subaru withdrew from the WRC. So that's why there was no Subaru car racing in the championship. It's not because Subaru is an overrated car, or we could have that discussion later, right?
I'm trying to think about why you're saying that now here, how you're saying it, but that's a conversation for another time. Let's take a very short break. We are coming back with more still lined up ahead. Matter Sports coming your way shortly.
Is Kenya in COVID-19 vaccine development? Is Kemri equal to the task? And how does the country rank in the global arena of medical research and innovation? This Monday on The Perspective, join me Tomboya as I host Kemri Acting Director General Professor Sam Kariuki.
Kupata skiza tune ya usifadhaishwe, dial star 811 star 815 hash.
Usifadhaishwe na mafanikio ya wengine ukihisi kwamba maisha yako hayana maana. Kumbuka wengi huzungumzia tu mafanikio yao na si changamoto walizozipitia na ni mara ngapi walianguka. Tia bidii, muda wako utafika.
Ili kupata skiza tune hiyo ya usifadhaishwe kwa simu yako, dial star 811 star 815 hash. Star 811 star 815 hash.
Antipilo wako ni uchokozi. Si ungeweza kutuliza kwanza?
Hakuwa. TV ni ya baba yenu.
Bosi wangu ni yule anayenilipa mshahara baba Upo.
Nakupa dakika moja. Usipofika naenda. Mambo mengine atakampangilio sio kupayuka ovyo. Hebu waongoza huko wewe.
Lakini
Kate. Alafu kuwa makini sana ule mke wako. La usivyo itakugharimu. Kunguru mkubwa wewe. Nani kunguru? Wewe.
Waendelea nini hapa?
It's now time for us to focus on the latest in the world of sports. And Leicester Kavanaugh is among the Guru retired rally drivers who thronged Naivasha to get a glimpse of the ongoing WRC Safari Rally on day 3. On Karai was the best placed Kenyan driver, followed by Karan Patel and Carl Tundo respectively. Jeremy Wahome, who is among the young drivers recently recruited in the FIA program, finished 17th overall and represented communications company Safaricom, which also had 2 other drivers in the rally, which ended today.
This isn't a rally to go out and race and break the car, so as long as they keep going like that, they'll do well and they'll get good experience, and then the speed comes with time. You know, you want to learn the route and get round. That's the main thing.
I'm excited to be here 19 years later at the World Rally Championship. And why this is significant is Safaricom as a brand was created about 20 years ago, so there's some similarity there. And what the brand currently, and our main reason for existence is really to encourage Kenyans to go beyond, and to be optimistic and to remember who they are.
Kenya marathon team to the Tokyo Olympics has been trained on the COVID-19 guidelines and protocols as included in the latest version of the Olympic play group. The training took place in Eldoret in attendance by all the 6 athletes named in the final team and their accompanying officials.
Bridget Kosgei, Ruth Chepngetich, Perez Jepchirchir, Eliud Kipchoge, Amos Kipruto and Lawrence Cherono were taken through an athlete's journey from 14 days before departure to Tokyo Olympic Games. The delegation is required to submit an activity plan to the government of Japan 30 days before travel. The activity plan includes the precise locations to visit in Japan, date and time of arrival and departure considering the period of stay guidelines. A delegation will be required to take 2 COVID-19 tests within 96 hours of travel. This is in effort to contain the spread of the virus and deliver safe games during the celebration of the games of the 32nd Olympiad. Frederick Mwoki for Sunday Express.
Home golfer ANAND Patel carded a round of 42 points to secure the overall win of the NCBA Golf Series at NYALI Golf Club and in Mombasa County. In the ladies category, Gladys Mutisia emerged the winner, having carded a round of 35 points ahead of Florence Karimi, who ended the day as lady runner-up with 33 points.
We'll encourage the youngsters also to participate and take up golf. It's a lovely series. It's going to encourage more and more people to come.
It was an exceptional day for all those who played. And you know, the venue is excellent, the greens are great.
Moving on, South Africa's Kaizer Chiefs reached the African Champions League final for the first time in their history last night and will play against holders and